Abacore Capital Holdings Inc.
Dodo Mandanas, the governor of Batangas, is the head of Abacore Capital Holdings Inc., which has partnered with Shanlin Real Estate Company of China Limited will erect a hotel in Batangas.
China's Shanlin Real Estate Company is collaborating with Abacore Capital Holdings Inc., which is run by Batangas Governor Dodo Mandanas Limited will build a resort in Batangas. The project will be developed by Fluvian Real Estate Development, a joint venture between Abacore and Shanlin, and is situated in the Montemaria Shrine. It will feature a water park, a glass walkway known as the Montemaria Miracle Walk, and a hotel with a 360-degree view of the Bay of Batangas. Shanlin will contribute $1.5 billion to finish the resort development, and Abacore will provide the land. The Montemaria Miracle Walk is anticipated to be finished this year, followed by the water park in 2019 and the hotel in 2025. According to projections, the project will bring in about 1 million tourists annually and create at least 1,000 jobs for the neighborhood. Abacore and Shanlin anticipate that the project will bring in between $800 million and $1 billion per year in revenue. The Montemaria Shrine is intended to be a lifestyle destination for visitors who want to take in the natural beauty of Batangas and the Philippines as a whole, according to Fluvian President Guoan Wu. Ayalas looks for expansion opportunities and plans to raise $25 billion through the sale of preferred shares. The largest and oldest corporation in the Philippines, Ayala Corp., is preparing to sell preferred shares to raise up to $25 billion. The action is a part of the company's efforts to improve its financial situation and pursue new growth opportunities. Ayala's board of directors has authorized the issuance of preferred shares, with the offering including a $10 billion oversubscription option and a $15 billion maximum principal amount. Once the terms of the issuance have been decided upon, the company said it will provide more information. At Ayala's upcoming annual stockholders meeting, which is scheduled for April 28, the plan will be put forth for approval. The money raised through the preferred share offering is intended to help the company with its ongoing operations and future growth strategies. Ayala Corp. is active in a wide variety of sectors, including the development of real estate through Ayala Land, financial services through Bank of the Philippine Islands, telecommunications through Globe Telecom in collaboration with Singapore Telecommunications, and water distribution through Manila Water. In addition to other industries, the company has interests in business process outsourcing and electronics manufacturing. MPIC plans to list units. Aggressive farm foray.
Metro Pacific Investments Corp. MPIC is considering a market listing for some of its subsidiaries after their project's completion while aggressively investing in agribusiness in the next 5 years.
Yes, for Maynilad Water Services, Inc., specifically because it's part of their franchise, MPIC Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer Cheryl A. Cabal Revilla told reporters last week when asked about units that are about ready for an initial public offering, IPO. For toll roads, we're just trying to finish all of the CapEx, capital expenditure, projects that we are working on now, she said. For the hospital group, the IPO timing is largely driven by KKR & Company because they own more of MPIC, Metro Pacific Hospitals Holdings, Inc., versus us. Maynilad, MPIC's water business, submitted its notices of acceptance of its 25-year legislative franchise on March 21, 2022. As part of its franchise under the Republic Act No. 11601, Maynilad is required to offer at least 30% of its outstanding capital stock to Filipino citizens within 5 years of the law's effectivity. The law was approved by former President Rodrigo R. Duterte on December 10, 2021. Meanwhile, Ms. Cabal Revilla said that MPIC is planning to make its agribusiness, Metro Pacific Agro Ventures, Inc., Mpi Aev, its fourth core business.
The plan of MVP is to make Agri a core pillar of the MPIC group. Over time, it will be as big as Maynilad or the hospital group, she said, referring to the conglomerate's chairman, Manuel V. Pangilinan.
It will depend on the success of the acquisitions that we will make, she said. It depends on how fast the acquisitions will be in the next few years. But the target is to aggressively invest in agri in the next 5 years. Ms. Cabal Revilla said MPIC is investing up to P8 billion this year in the 2 acquisitions of Mpi Aev. In June 2022, the unit marked its foray into agribusiness by acquiring Carmen's Best Group, which is known for its premium ice cream offerings. In February this year, Mpi Aev acquired a 34.76% stake in listed coconut products maker Axelum Resources Corp. For P5.32 billion. MPIC is one of 3 key Philippine units of First Pacific, the others being Philex Mining Corp. And PLDT Inc. Hastings Holdings, Inc., a unit of PLDT Beneficial Trust Fund subsidiary MediaQuest Holdings, Inc., has a majority stake in Business World through the Philippine Star Group, which it controls. Justine Irish D. Tabel. Aev. Aboitiz Equities Ventures, Inc.
Aboitiz conglomerate sets aggressive expansion with P73 billion capex for 2023.
Aboitiz Equities Ventures Inc. (AEV) has set aside P73 billion for capital expenditures this year to expand its footprint in the renewable energy, banking, property development, and food sectors. This significant capex outlay represents a 7.4% increase from the P68 billion that AEV spent in 2022. With its strong balance sheet, AEV is committed to growing its business through strategic investments and portfolio diversification. With a bullish outlook on the future growth of its real estate business, the group is ramping up marketing efforts, acquiring land assets, launching new projects, and monetizing non-core assets. Meanwhile, in the food sector, AEV has decided to focus on strengthening its presence in Southeast Asia and China, where it already enjoys a dominant market share. The conglomerate is also expanding its feed mill operations in China and Vietnam, capitalizing on the growing demand for animal feed in these key markets. The sale of its 100% stake in Gold Coin Feed Mills, Lanka Limited underscores the company's commitment to focusing on its core strengths and unlocking value for its shareholders. AEV's ambitious growth plans, fueled by its robust financial position, underscore its confidence in the Philippine economy's long-term prospects. PHA. Premier Horizon Alliance Corporation. I got you, Anik. Brandon Leong's mom gets P63 MPHA shares ahead of showdown with Marvin de la Cruz. It seems like Premier Horizon Alliance, PHA, treasurer Brandon Leong is pulling out all the stops to prevent self-proclaimed fintech-preneur Marvin de la Cruz from gaining control of the listed firm. Leong's mother, Marian Peña, acquired 191.735 million shares of PHA at 33 centavos each on March 6. Peña raised her total stake by 28% to 864.214 million shares. In its disclosure, PHA said the shares worth P63.27 million were assigned, transferred, conveyed, ceded to Peña by Rice Aquari, the second largest stockholder of de la Cruz's SquidPay technology, which was supposed to be injected into PHA under an aborted deal. The PHA management, controlled by Leong, recently deferred for the second time its annual stockholders meeting from March 31 to May 15.
The PHA management, which is controlled by Leong, has postponed the annual stockholders meeting for the second time from March 31 to May 15, prompting de la Cruz to accuse Leong of trying to cling on to his board seat longer despite his side's lack of shares. De la Cruz is the single biggest shareholder of PHA at 24.35% with 1.389 billion shares as of end 2022 and is confident of ousting Leong's group from PHA in an annual meeting. Leong, Peña and his sister Cristina Leong have a combined shares of 2.45% in PHA as of end-2022. Majority of PHA shares or 47% are in the hands of the public.
It remains to be seen who will come out on top in this showdown between Leong and De La Cruz for control of PHA. One thing's for sure, though. It's going to be a wild ride. DMC. DMCI Holdings, Inc. Konsunji family's DMCI Holdings ramps up 2023 capex by 39%.
DMCI Holdings of the Konsunji's family is scaling up its capital spending this year to P53 billion from P38 billion in 2022, mostly to bolster its water and residential business units. DMCI said 54.7% of this year's capital expenditure budget would go to Maynilad Services Inc., its joint venture with Manuel V. Pangilinan-led Metro Pacific Investments Corp. About 36.2% or P19.2 billion will be earmarked for the development of more residential buildings and for land acquisitions. Semirara Mining and Power Corp. Will get P6.1 billion, 41.8% higher than the previous year, while DMCI Mining will get P600 million. Around P200 million, on the other hand, has been allocated for the construction business.
The group, meanwhile, has reduced DMCI Power's capital spending for the year to P900 million from P1.9 billion a year ago.
For this year, DMCI has lined up several infrastructure projects. DM. Konsunj and its partner Nishimatsu Construction Co. Limited of Japan was awarded the contract for the construction of Quezon Avenue and East Avenue underground stations and tunnels for the Metro Manila subway. The Konsunji family is also seeking additional civil works contracts for the North-South Commuter Railway.
SMC. San Miguel Corporation. San Miguel to boost capital with preferred share sale.
San Miguel Corp. SMC, led by billionario Ramon S. Ang, is poised to bolster its coffers through the offering of preferred shares via a private placement.
The company has greenlighted the reissuance of 270 million Series 2 preferred shares that are sourced from its treasury shares. SMC has not released further information regarding the planned private placement, saying that additional disclosures would be provided upon the execution of definitive agreements with subscribers. This move is seen as a strategic step for SMC, allowing the company to diversify its funding sources while positioning itself for potential investment opportunities. SMC is a diversified conglomerate engaged in various industries such as food, beverage, packaging, power, fuel and oil, infrastructure, and telecommunications. Its operations include the production of beverages, poultry, animal feed, meat, flour, and dairy products, as well as the manufacturing of glass and plastic packaging. In addition, the company generates electricity, refines and markets petroleum products, and builds infrastructure. FB. San Miguel Food and Beverage, Inc. San Miguel's beer unit continues to thrive with steady growth in profit. San Miguel Brewery Inc., SMB, continues to show impressive growth with net income rising by 6.4% to P21.8 billion, thanks to its improved operations both domestically and overseas. SMB's net sales also saw a remarkable increase, growing by 17.2% to P136.2 billion. This was complemented by a 9.7% increase in operating income to P29.5 billion, which can be attributed to the company's volume growth, favorable brand mix, and implementation of cost efficiency measures. To maintain its momentum, SMB launched new products such as the San Mig flavored water and San Mig hard seltzer, which cater to the changing consumer preferences towards healthier and low alcohol options. Additionally, the company unveiled its latest offering, San Miguel Cerveza Blanca, which targets the upscale market. SMB's focus on expanding its specialty beer portfolio also paid off in its overseas operations. Indonesia and Thailand both reported increased sales and profit, driven by SMB's specialty beers and premium brands. SMB's exports operations likewise experienced a boost in volume and profit for the third consecutive year, mainly driven by contributions from the UAE, Qatar, US, Bahrain, as well as new markets in Asia and Africa. Overall, SMB's steady growth and strategic initiatives demonstrate its commitment to providing quality and innovative beer products to consumers, while maintaining its position as a leading player in the industry.